Baby Wisp opened in July of 2013, so we're about 8 months old. We're coming up our 1-year anniversary. We specialize in baby and toddler accessories. We aim to be baby's first hair accessory. My baby was born with really fine hair, and no matter what she was wearing, even if it was a pink outfit, people would tell me he was very cute. And that bothered me. And so I started making some elaborate hair accessories for her. I was on mat leave, and so I started selling them at the Edmonton farmers markets. And then I saw a huge demand there. I would sell out on the weekends, and stores approached me to carry the product, and it's just taken off from there. Our mini latch clip is a special clip that you won't find in regular stores. It's got special little combs that snap in to just even the finest of hairs, especially when a new baby's born. Their hair's really fine and wispy, and you can't really use regular clips because they slide in and fall out. And this way the mom can feel a little more confident that these clips can really clasp on the hair and snap shut. First we comb in the hair, little bit of peach fuzz you have here, combed in, and then close it and put in your hair. Done! The mini latch clip has its embellishments hand sewn on. In that way, there's no toxic glues that are laying anywhere near the baby's head. The brand was inspired by all things girly. You've waited to have this baby and you've been like, oh, I'm having a girl, I'm having a girl. And then she comes out and people are mistaking her for a boy. And I don't know, it shouldn't bother you, but it does. So you want to make them look pretty, you want to make them look fancy, and that's where I came from and where I started it all. And we're able to do that and cater to each individual mom's fashion sense because we have over 1,700 products. Baby and toddler fashion, traditionally you would just think of a hair accessory as a hair bow, but for us, we've taken it to the next level. You can get a crocheted flower, you can get polka dot stripes, we get patterns that are like damask print, very modern, vintage feels with feathers and birdcage veil, like an Audrey Hepburn classic type of look. We have a collection in store that Veronica makes. She works for Baby Wisp. She's also a mom of 2. We have a huge following on Facebook. We're getting close to 5,000 fans, and they're very active. They're very vocal. When we're designing new products, they're giving us that information. They're giving us pictures of their babies. We just did a spring photo shoot. We were calling it the summer face of Baby Wisp. Okay, what do you think?
Looks good to me. Perfect.
We like to stay current, so we can't use the photo shoots we did from 5 years ago. So we go directly to our customers who are on Facebook, they're on Twitter, and they're subscribing to our newsletter. So when we make a call out there that we need babies, they're coming. The Long Branch neighborhood is up and coming. Just in the time I've been here for 6 months now, there's been 3 new coffee shops that have opened up in the last 6 months. I see that there's a lot of young families there and other businesses like dance shops and ice cream shops and a play place for kids to go to. It's really a young neighborhood, and it's really close to my house, so it's kind of an easy commute for us too. And the space is just beautiful. It's a nice, airy, open. We've got Lakeshore Boulevard right in front, so the drive-by traffic sees us, and we were able to really get our brand stamp on the building. We're trying to create a boutique-y feel. I have great staff, but I think a lot of small business owners struggle when they don't have good people. I was able to go away for March break and the shop stayed open. And the marketing went on and the social media went on and orders were going out the door, and our online sales is pretty successful too. And the customer service has been stellar. People generally love our product because they work. It is really difficult to find a product that stays in baby's hair and that mom really likes and fulfills all those parts of it. And I think that really is our success, just even from being in the farmers market and having stores approach me and then coming back for repeat orders because they're selling out, and then word just gets out. And I mean, that's how we have almost 400 stores carrying the product. I started at that farmers market working the booth, and seeing it take off now, and I had to quit my job at the office, which, I mean, a lot of people were very skeptical. I had a pretty good job before, and to quit that job and take this leap, this has been a huge change of lifestyle for me. I get a lot of family time that I wouldn't have been able to have in another position. You know, I've taken it, and it's a successful, profitable business. I'm going into my 6th year in business. You know, 6 months, or not even a year at this location, and it's still growing. So I'd have to say pride. That was the resounding feeling I have, and I've able to, I feel like I redeemed myself, that I took a risk and it actually worked out.
Humber College's graduating fashion class is putting on a production called Go Beyond the Dream. It's a fashion show debuting all of recent looks from different designers, and it's a way for the graduating class to showcase some of their skills that they've learned. Personally, I'm the project lead and the treasurer of the event, so my responsibility is to manage the team, make sure deadlines are set, manage the finances, and just make sure the team works as a cohesive unit.
I coordinate the Fashion Arts Diploma program, which is located at the North Campus of Humber College, and we are located in the business school, which is a really important component because we are a business program. We do not teach design, construction, sewing, illustration. What we do teach are subjects like fashion history and terminology, marketing, retail buying, visual merchandising. With respect to Walk It Out, it's our annual fashion show. A team of students do it as their internship in 4th semester. They create the concept for the fashion shows. They then plan the whole event. Then they collect the clothing from whichever designers they choose for that particular year, and they style the whole show. So everything that you see in this event today was done by the students. I'm the client for this event as the program coordinator. So I give them the brief of who's going to be attending, what the function of the event is, which is to make the program look good and to show all of the people who are here tonight just what kind of skills the students do learn during their time here.
For this year's Walk It Out production, I was given the role of the styling manager. This involves working in close collaboration with all the designers that we have secured for the show, so who we're featuring, and anything else that involves styling or wardrobe or the look of the event. That's something that goes through me and the styling team. And we've been preparing for it since basically the end of October, I would say. We started with the whole idea and putting it together, so it's been a long process, and we're very excited to finally see it in action.
I've watched the students work on this event, and they work tirelessly. And of course, the fashion industry is 24/7. It's not a 9-to-5 industry, and we tell students off the bat, if that's what they're looking for, it's the wrong place. And so, of course, when they do an event like this, they really do get to see that they have to keep going until it's done. And by the end of it, of course, when they know that they've put everything they've got into it, they feel good about themselves. And that's the most important feeling they have to have when they graduate.
The great thing about this fashion program here at Humber is that there is such a wide range of different courses that we take. We take classes such as marketing, trend analysis and forecasting, photo styling, graphic design, visual merchandising. So you really get a wide variety of different classes that you learn a really well-rounded education in fashion.
During my 2 years, I've been taking a very wide spectrum of courses, of anything from color theory, product development, retail buying, wholesaling, and of course event planning, which is part of this show that we're putting together.
I've learned multitasking, really time management, because working in fashion, it's always fast-paced and always on the go, so I've definitely learned a lot of that. I've learned a lot about visual merchandising, event planning, obviously, and definitely a lot about photo styling and you know, the graphic design, so what happens after the photo shoot, the post-production.
A lot of the skills that I've developed within this program are just, you know, skills encompassing professionalism. I have learned so much, and when you're working in the fashion industry, there's so many important people that you meet, and you know, the connections you make are extremely important, how you handle those connections and how you deal with people on a regular basis, and so that was a big one for me.
Throughout the 2 years of this program, some of the skills that I've developed, I would say good communication skills, time management, presentation skills, feeling comfortable in front of people.
We have a lot of grads who go into the retail sector. I mean, basically, when you look at fashion, it's to appeal to a retail audience. So they could go into buying, planning, visual merchandising. We also have grads in event production. We have them in media, in magazine, styling, in television programs. So really, the options are quite open for them.
One of the aspects of the industry that really interest me and have always interested me, even before this program, has been the buying aspect. So that involves a lot of math, calculations, and a good, you know, idea of forecasting and decision making, which I feel comfortable with.
I think like 90% of the class when we started the program, you know, everyone gets up and they say, oh, I want to be a buyer. And it's fantastic, and we learn about buying, and it is very interesting, but it's funny how your views change a million times while you're in this program. I think right now I'm really loving the idea of photo styling, or even if I was going into the retail, the merchandising side of things. Being a merchandiser, you work closely with the buyers of different companies, and you just make sure it's a well-rounded line, that sort of thing. So I think that's kind of where I'm aiming for right now.
My experience in Humber College has been great. I guess what I've enjoyed the most has been developing the skills to become a professional, walking into, you know, the industry in a month or so. And all the new people that I got to know that might be, you know, future business partners, you never know. But it's just a very strong beginning, and I've been blessed to be in this program, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, go beyond the dream.
It's not your regular pizzeria. We're not Italian, we're Irish Canadian. We wanted to celebrate the fact that we are Canadian, and we wanted to give it a Canadian flavor. So as you can see, our menu has all Canadian names. We're celebrating Canada. We're so happy that we managed to get visas to come here. We've lived here for over 20 years, and we love this country.
Our sauce is a recipe I learned personally in Italy. The dough is about 120 years old as a recipe from Giffone, just outside Naples in Italy, where I worked for just over a year when I was very young. Brought that to the UK, now bringing it to Canada.
Chris is my nephew. And pizzerias have been in our family for years. My sister is married to an Italian. My first job was in my sister's pizzeria in London, England. I'd come over from Dublin for the summer and work there. And the same with Chris. Chris's forte is the catering business. He's worked in the catering business for 20 years, and he's a new immigrant to Canada and was looking for a job. And I said, you know, forget about